Alright, good day folks, Steve Briggs here. Alright, this video will be based on linking SQL Express tables to Microsoft Access. Okay, so first of all, I just want to say that the SQL Express I'm using the 2012 version and the Microsoft Access is the 2010 version. As you can see here, I have SQL Server 2008, but it's not this one I'll be using, it is this one here. So the first thing in this, we'll be linking tables then from the SQL server. Now when you go into the server, you'll actually see the tables that are there actually inside the database. Okay, and let's load up. Alright, but before you get into the server, you need to authenticate. Now this authentication process was set up during the installation of this SQL Server Management Studio, which is the same as SQL Express. Okay, this is the this was set up, the authentication process. Now there are two processes. You can authenticate via your Windows authentication or the SQL Server authentication. This one would require a login and a password, but I use the Windows authentication. So I click connect. When I connect now, databases, this is my actual databases you will see here. So I have a database called Steve Databases. Okay, with this now, Steve Databases, it have, sorry, open the wrong one. I have my tables in here. I have two tables, information and purchase. Okay, so when I select first top 100 rows, you will see the SQL will be on top and the tables have, this is the table here. Okay, you have the rows and so forth. You have the purchase table here with the other information. Now this is behind the scenes. This is the actual server part with all your stuff stored, and you have all your policies and stuff. So this, now you could set up this from a remote location, and you have users connecting to this through a network. So they will be making all their adding in info, whatever the case may be, but the actual data is being stored on a server in as I said, a remote location. So what I am closing off this now, just minimizing it, sorry. So the next step now is to actually create the DSN. So you go to control panel, alright, system and security, administrative tools, data sources. Now you can see I actually have a SQL server set up here from stuff from my prior work I was doing. So I'll create a new one. From here now, alright, let me just cancel this. With this here now, you can create a file DSN. You have the system and then you have the user DSN. But with me now, I will be using the user DSN. See, add that. Then you have the driver that you want to select. Select the SQL server. This one here, the default one that it is already set on. Click next. You have to name your data source. So what I will name mine is Steve Business. Right, Steve Business. The description here, how do you want to describe the data source? You could put a brief description, holds information, okay, cool. Now here now they ask you select SQL server you want to connect to. Now that is the same SQL server that I was showing you in this here. The same server that I set up, Junior Client PC, that is the server name. So basically you need to have that set up. Now the thing about this too, you'll have to install the engine, the database engine, and the server and all those other stuff. It will come in you can get the general package which will have all those stuff. Okay, now here now you select the server, okay, Junior PC, click next. The authentication process here is linked, well, Basically what it's saying here is how should SQL Server verify the authenticity of the login ID. Basically I am using my Windows NT authentication using a network login ID. That's how my own setup. I didn't set up mine using the SQL authentication, so I'll leave it as this and click next. Okay, leave this as it is here. Okay, it'll take a little while. You see I'm not responding, but don't study it. Okay, now you have changed it, the default database too. So as you can see here, the default database will be master, but for me I will change mine because I already have a database set up, which I have shown you inside of here, Steve database. So I will select my database as Steve database here. I will leave these as it is and click next. You can leave these as default, click finish. Now you test your data source. This will take a little while, about 10 to 15 seconds. You might see I'm not responding, but don't worry about that. Okay, so data source test is completed successfully. Click OK. Click OK. Nice. So you can see the Steve businesses and the Steve productions. I'll remove this not to cause any confusion and so forth. So we're working with the one I now created, the Steve businesses. Sorry, Steve business. Okay. Right. The next thing we're gonna do now is actually create a database so we can link the SQL server to it and see the information from the SQL server in Microsoft Access. So what we do, we open Access. Now on my system I have 2010 and 2007. So I'll open 2010. Okay. Right. Here now, you create a database file, a blank database file. So I will name this one, let me see, registered Steve register customer. Yeah, I name it a little long, but say what? There's naming conventions, easy to identify. Okay, so with here now, you're actually going to get the external data. So what you do, you click the external data here. Now for those who have access 2007, you will have to click more and you will get this option here, because what we really working at is this, the ODBC database. But this option will be in here within the 2007 access. You wouldn't see it out here. It will be in more, and that option will be in this list here. It will be the first one. But anyways, we are focusing on the ODBC database. So click that. Now we are not importing data, source data into a new table in the current database. We are linking the data. Okay, so you click link the data source by creating a link table. Click OK and so forth. So when you come here now, you click machine data source. You see, receive businesses, and here's the description that we placed in it. I placed in it earlier on. So you click OK. It'll take a little while to load up. Okay, right, cool. So as I was saying with this here now, within the SQL server here, within the Steve database also, I had the tables, and within these are the two tables I had, information and purchase. Now those are the same two tables I am seeing here. Those are the tables that that's the external data I am linking through Access to get a front-end view. So I'll just select the purchase. Okay, so as you can see, fields in the table, ID, first name, last name, bill, number, VAT, price, etc. Okay, oh my, what have I done wrong? Okay, let's close this. Okay, I'll close this off. I'll delete this and just do over that process quickly. Let's make an error there. So you click on this. Alright, okay, select the data source, click OK. It'll take a little while. Okay, select purchase, that is the tables, click OK. Alright, what I'll do here now, I'll double click on this, and this now will bring up everything inside within the table, it will show me what is actually inside the SQL purchase here. Select the top 100 rows to show what is inside of it. That will show you. So you see all the stuff I have inside here is the same stuff within here. So this is the external data I am seeing here. So what I will do here now, okay, I'll go back here again, import data, source, Microsoft, okay. I will select the other one, information. Now I could have selected the two in the process, but just doing it, repetitive now, so you could get a drift of what's really happening here. Okay, so you see security ID, email, location, day, and here it is. Voila. So basically here now, information is the same information I have here. This table that called information. These are just random data I just selected and put in. Okay, it's not like I had any intentions to actually find these people and ask them. I just some random stuff. So basically I have the two tables here, and you can actually do relationships between these two tables and the queries. You can do the connectivity, drag that across there, create, and you could create your relationships like how you just normally do your stuff in Microsoft Access and do all your nitty-gritty stuff and stuff. But the real drift for this is to just show the linking of the tables from the SQL server. I'm not going into all the depth with all the relationships and stuff, but these are just showing you what could happen then. So you have that external source link to Microsoft Access. This now will give you access to the all the data and stuff on the server and so forth and so forth. Okay, and basically that is it there. Yeah, so just a quick some quick stuff here. The SQL I've been using is the SQL Server 2012 and the Microsoft Access 2010. The data imports, the actual SQL Server installed was the 32-bit, but the engine is a 64-bit also, because my operating system is a 64-bit, so I can use either or. Okay, alright, so basically that's it. Alright, thanks for watching.